Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on this week's podcast. Joining me is the lovely Wioletta and Anna. So Wioletta is a qualified Polish attorney, well-versed in advising clients on legal issues in all aspects of business operations, including IP protection, particularly in the new technologies industries, including AI, machine learning, and med tech. She has gained working experience in international law firms, the public sector, at the National Centre for Research and Development, and the private sector. However, she decided to work closer to people. She is a legal counsel in Sano Centre for Computational Personalized Medicine, International Research Foundation. And Anna over here is an attorney at law with many years of experience in providing legal services to entrepreneurs in various industries, including IT businesses in all aspects of their business activities and litigation. She gained experience while working at the Office for Legal Advisors. She specializes in civil law, especially contract law and business law. She completed her postgraduate studies in new technology law, and she is constantly developing in this direction. She also works at the Sano Centre for Computational Personalized Medicine, International Research Foundation. Yeah. Thank you guys for coming and joining us. I'm so excited to have you here. So can you share a bit about your background? I know I've already started, but I'd love to hear, a bit about your background and how you found your way into the fascinating intersection of AI, medicine, and law.
Okay, so in the beginning, thank you for an invitation. My journey with new technology law, I would say it started already at the university. That was an area that I was also interested about. I was searching for student circles that were more into this direction. I decided to write my master thesis connected with new technology law. I was writing about abusement of the dominant position in a new technology market, about the Microsoft, Google, and big companies from the USA. Then I was starting also the startups, cooperating with a fintech, so like new technologies, like this blockchains was like in my mind. Then I was cooperating with National Centre for Research and Development, where I met amazing initiators who won the Teaming for Excellence competition in European Horizon. And they wanted to establish a foundation. So I was, as a lawyer, helping them to establish the foundation, and it was focused on the AI in medtech. And I joined them to the team to create this beautiful thing. So that was my journey, like from the new technology to the medtech and in the AI.
Yeah, my journey started a bit later, not during the studies actually. I worked at law office and I provide my services for a firm connected with IT. Okay. And it was the point when I started thinking about getting knowledge about this special thing like IT, new technologies and so on. So then I graduated studies in, like you said, this is law and new technologies, and it was point when I wanted to work with this area. So right now I'm working with Viola at Sano, and Sano is a Center for Computational Personalized Medicine. This is a research foundation actually, so we've got a lot of opportunity to think about different areas and to look at the whole IT law, new technologies.
Yeah, that sounds very interesting. I bet you guys love your work. Okay, so AI is revolutionizing in many fields, especially medicine. Could you explain some of the most exciting ways AI has been used in healthcare today?
I would say there are many ways, like in different parts or different levels of a healthcare, because we can find AI already in diagnosis phase or in the prevention. That is helping the doctors, for example, if they have really rare disease and they are not so common for them, thanks to the AI and checking if we have a model that was trained on the data with a rare disease, it's much easier for a doctor to get the better diagnosis, to faster diagnose the patient. So it's easier for them to rescue the life in the earlier stage of the disease.
Yeah.
Also, like during the surgeries nowadays, we have a lot of robots that are making the surgeries.
Yeah.
And when you see like that the robot is making you a surgery, at the beginning it's like, do I trust the robot? And I really want him to cut me? Yeah. But on the other hand, when you see like, okay, like I believe on surgery, and that they are doing, like the doctors are doing a beautiful work.
Yeah.
But after they work, you spend like 1 week in the hospital, and after the robot, you spend 2 days, and you don't have any negative consequences. So you're saying like, okay, I believe my doctor, but on the other side, if he's believing on this robot and this robot can be better for me, why shouldn't I stop with that? So I would say like we have at least in Poland, we have much more. It's becoming much more popular to use the robots also in part types of the surgeries. Yeah. So you already face them like in the hospital. So you have like contact with them. Yeah. But you use AI also after the surgeries, after the treatment. So for example, it's helping to check if the patients are taking the medicine, if there are any negative consequences after the surgeries. Yeah. And with the help of it, for example, if they put their information in some application, already the doctor can get the notification if something wrong is happening with his patient, or if he should react or maybe change the dose of the medicines. Yeah. And of course, AI in the medtech or pharmaceutical, because it's connected, it's used with drug producement, and drug manufacture. Yeah. So for example, thanks to the AI, it was possible during COVID-19 to find the vaccination so fastly, because the AI algorithms were searching the data and searching the best way, the fastest way to help with the treatment. Yeah. So thanks to the AI, we get the vaccination so fastly. So when you think like, how looks the COVID, what was that? And that normally like the process of obtaining the medicine is like 2, 3, 4 years. Yeah. And with the AI, it can be half of it or even less. So it's much easier and faster to, so when you look on this scale, like on the AI in medtech, you see really like the life that are rescued thanks to it. Yeah. Like the people who are living longer, just thanks to the AI, if we like it or not, it's like really helping us.
It's very helpful. That's good to hear. Yeah. Okay, so how do the current laws and regulations support or potentially hinder the use of or the integration of AI in medicine?
Maybe you.
Okay. So I would say it's not so much supportive.
I totally agree. You need to do better with the regulations.
I would say at least I can base on the European law, because I'm a Polish lawyer, so it's easier for me. Sorry for that, guys. I don't know yet African law, so like I will learn about this. I will increase my skills. But I would say generally AI it's quite new area. Of course, we have AI Act, but AI Act it's not dealing with everything. It's not dealing with AI medtech innovation, and we have like. We need to fit with different legislature, because on the one side, when we have medical devices, we have a special law that is connected with the use of medical and the approval of medical tools. We have ethical convention, so ethical approval for tests. But to make any AI development in the medtech, the most important thing, there are the data. Yeah. So you need to use the medical data. Okay. Yeah. And the regulation about the data and the protection of the data, it's quite strict. Okay. So when you want to access to the medical data, they have special protection. Yeah. So development and like our regulation is not supporting that they are saying, okay, we understand the medical data are super crucial, but without this data, you can't develop the medtech AI developments, like inventions. So you need them. So like also the GDPR is a little bit like limiting us. Yeah. So nowadays there are works regarding like how to enable at least in this R&D area, the possibility to help, because like partly like the law is stopping us from that, because like there are a lot of people who want to make a research, but because of the regulation connected with the GDPR, it's stopping them. And for example, nowadays there is also regulation regarding the open access, that everything should be available, or of the application should be available. But if somebody spends, but like 300,000 euros for research, and then they are saying, okay, so now you need to publish your code to everyone to be equal. And it's like, okay, but you know, I invest my money. I invest 300,000 euros. How can I now put it to the bin? And I said like, okay, I do it for the community. I do it for people, but I don't have more money to make more research. So why we need to make an open source? So there are a lot of companies who are afraid of development, also because of the regulation that are connected with the open source and not so clear definition like how it will go further. So this lack of stability in the law and like this gap of regulation is stopping a lot of people for going forward, because they don't know with what they will meet, if what they are doing will be according to the law, or they will need to adopt the innovation because the law will change, and then they will realize that the development is not longer able to be used because they didn't met other steps. So this lack of regulation, I would say, it's not helping in the development.
In the rating is also not the best way to help us create this all AI tools in medicine. Actually, we must remember that, like Viola said, the data is the most important thing. So I think that this is area where we must work on our legislation to have access to the data, good quality data, because right now we use a lot of different things like smartwatch or something like that, and there is a lot of data. So maybe this is the way how we can get the information, the data, the good quality data about whole population right now. I think.
No, I think it's absolutely lovely what you guys are saying. If I'm hearing you correctly, the importance of data and access to data, we really need to open that up so that the data that you have will lead to more advancements, and that over-regulation is a problem, under-regulation is a problem. So finding that balance is also very difficult. And I feel like the way that, AI is moving and the advancements that are currently happening, it's moving so fast, regulation is unable to keep up in a way that is beneficial for everybody. I mean, that's tough.
But I would say that's one positive thing, because when there is lack of regulation, it's the golden point for the lawyers, because nobody knows what to do. And they suddenly call to the lawyers, I want to do it. But, with this legal framework, I don't know what to do it. So find a way, find a gap, and allow me to do it. So, that's the case, like when the lawyers nowadays, I would say, they have a big fun, because it's like a game, like what will work, what will not work, like how can I, of course, because you want to secure your company, you want to secure your client. So you're trying to do your best with the resources that you have. So you're finding some legal framework that somehow can match to it. But on the other hand, you don't know what will be in the half year. If the government will say okay, now it's illegal, or now you need to go in the other direction. So depending how you will construct your contracts, your agreements with others, it will go further with your development. So I would say it's a big area for lawyers nowadays, because then it's showing the skills, if you will be more creative,
it makes lawyers more innovative.
For sure. For sure.
Okay, so are there any legal frameworks or guidelines you believe are crucial for safely and effectively implementing AI in healthcare?
I would say that for sure the case of a data needs to be regulated. It needs to be regulated on other way, I would say, because nowadays in Poland we have few acts. Of course, we have GDPR, but we have also medical law, patient law that is regulating on the other way. We have different definition for the same thing, so it's becoming more problematic. Which one should I use and which one should be adopted? So I would say that clarifying this area, putting it more straight, putting it more open for researchers. Like nowadays, we also started in Europe the debate about the donation of the data.
Okay.
That you can be the donator of a data. Like you can agree that your personal data, your medical data will be accessible for researchers for the development. So there are special biobanks of data, the data banks. The idea is to create the banks in different countries, in different regions that will gather the data of the people who agree to give their data for the development. Because the problem with the development is that you need a lot of data, first of all, to train your model, to test it, and to reduce the amount of biases. So when you have a really small amount of data, even if you made a perfect algorithm and so on, and you train them, they won't be so sufficient. So they won't be so reliable. And in the medtech, they need to be reliable because the doctors want to be sure that if they will use it, they will give a proper treatment, and not that it's like there are biases and they will treat on the wrong way, because they are rescuing the life and the health of a person. So like the importance on the data and the quality of this data, it's super crucial. So I would say that this regulation, it's necessary, generally more. It would be nice to have better approach for research and development too, because in this AI innovation, you need to make a lot of research. You need to make a lot of attempts. You don't know if it will work, if not, how this model will be trained. Like, of course, you have data for training, but you have also test data set, and so you need to repeat it again and check if it is working or not. So like allowing and helping the industry with this will be much more useful. Also the same like with helping with clinical trials, with approaching with cooperation with hospitals, with institute, because nowadays like there are no support on the governmental level, I would say. So it's more like under initiative. So it's more like the institution that are contacting with hospitals directly. It's the openness, like of a doctors who are open-minded and they want to go into this industry. But there are a lot of hospitals who are closed for AI innovation, generally for new technologies. And they are like, no, we have our old style. We doesn't want to share anything. We don't want to do it. We are afraid about everything. And also like GDPR was something that they blocked them because part of them, they know, okay, that there is GDPR. And in some circumstances, we can share the data. But you need to know the circumstances and you know that this is the special example when I can share the data or not. And a lot of people and a lot of hospitals are afraid to open for it. And they are saying like, no, the GDPR is saying that it's not allowed to share the data. So I will even not think about the other ways. About sharing, I will not do anything to help you. Like I'm just going like in one direction because if I will follow this road, for sure, I will not get any punishment.
It will be safe,
it will be more safer, but more safer doesn't go with the development, doesn't go with the improvement of the health. So it's like the internal fight, I would say, for convincing the people, for increasing even the awareness about the AI, because it's not like that everybody knows what is AI. So it's like convincing the doctors, convincing the society, opening for it, the patient.
To trust this, these tools based on AI. Yes, this is really important.
There's so many things that go into this, and more often than not, we do hear the negatives. If you're gonna hear about AI, it's because maybe there was data mining and there wasn't consent, and people feel a little antsy, like, why are you taking my data? But at the same time, we could be opening it up and sharing our data so that the advancements that come later benefit everybody. I mean, I think that's a lot for the viewers to think about. Lovely. Okay, so what should lawyers take into consideration when dealing with the AI innovation?
This is interesting because I think that we must think about every area, different areas of law, not only about like a civil law, like business law. We must think about IP. We must think about know-how of our companies, our clients' know-hows, how to do that. Maybe, I don't know, like if it in Africa, we must think maybe about patent, yes, for these tools. We must think about responsibility for using these tools. So there's a lot of various areas where we must focus on, and we must consider what will be the best for our client, for our company. So I think that this is really important to be interdisciplinary in this thinking about contracts.
Yeah, so that's interesting. What I'm hearing you say is that AI is essentially in every field of the law. So we need people, regardless of the field that you're in, to think about how AI intersects with that field and how far you can move it.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that. Okay, guys, you know what to do. Okay, so for viewers who might be interested in this field, what advice would you give them to get started? How can they start?
I would say that to contact with the AI and generally medtech, okay, let's start with AI. AI, new technology, because it's not just connected with the medtech. It's like to be a good lawyer who wants to cooperate with the AI, it's necessary to get like interdisciplinary knowledge.
Yes,
because you can be an excellent lawyer, but if you will not understand like what is the algorithm, how they works, the IT stuff, you won't be able to make a good contract. You won't be able to secure your company because you don't know how it works or of how many elements do you need to think. So understanding and trying to get like also the IT. Of course, we will not be the IT specialist, but getting at least the basic knowledge about it. If you work in some specific area of the AI, like we work in medtech, it's also necessary to understand somehow the medicine. Of course, we won't be the doctors, but at least like when somebody is speaking to us about something, be open for asking question. Of course, we will not know everything, but we will meet the specialist. We'll meet the doctors, we'll meet the developers, we'll meet the programists. Ask them for explanation how it works. Like ask them what they need for that, because then you will like realize how many different aspects you need to take into consideration. For example, the really funny thing is that, okay, I want to make an algorithm. How can I protect my AI development? And everybody is thinking like, do I want a patent? If I can patent it or not? Maybe copyright, maybe trade secret. But nobody thinks like how it was created. And then we have a data set. Somebody is the owner of a data set. So who has the right for this algorithm? And who was making this algorithm? If it was developer and the developer has the right, or the company already got the right, or there is some other partner. Because when there's a big innovation, mostly there are different entities that are cooperating. So sometimes it's the work not of one company, but of few companies, some other entities like hospitals who are giving the data and so on. So at the end, like when we don't have the whole picture, like as a lawyer, we even don't think like of how many other aspects, legal aspects we need to think of. So it's really crucial like to educate yourself, like to ask question, like to be this, to have this curiosity as a child, but can you explain me? Like, I know that you're a specialist on it, I'm not, so explain like to the child how it works. And you're starting, because that's the case, like if you will start to go into it, you will see more. So you will see more,
more fields to take care of actually.
But generally, like, don't be close. So search for the conferences, search for podcasts, courses, seminars. There are a lot of free knowledge. Like, it's not like that you need to, I don't know, to go for a special postgraduate studies, or you need to pay for a special course, and just that there you can learn a lot. It's really interesting, like, also to find special special website, for example. There are special law firms, like mostly the big law firms.
Okay.
They have special departments, and for each department they have a special blog.
Okay.
And for example, one a month they are sending a newsletter with the new cases that has happened in this field.
Yeah.
So it's also the possibility to increase the knowledge in this area.
Yeah, and I encourage you to visit our website, Sano website actually,
Yes. Okay.
and there you could find a lot of seminaries from different fields,
Okay.
actually with different people, and get knowledge about medtech actually, and
Med- Even not just medtech, it's about new technologies. There are a lot of IT stuff,
Yeah.
so you can get a basic knowledge about IT, about machine learning, big data. Of course, there are a lot of AI, but not just that.
Yeah.
There are also psychology, some other professors from
Yes.
different countries. Everything is in English. So
Yes.
even that's enjoy. So enjoy. It's
Yeah.
for free, and even if you don't manage to watch it, because mostly it's on Mondays, but it's also recorded. It's
Yes.
available for free online. It's possible to come back for it. So that's, for example, because we work with scientists, so
Yes.
they are
Yeah.
also sharing their knowledge, and they are inviting the people, because we also work with PhD students to increase the knowledge and share it with others.
Yes.
Because we think that education is crucial for increasing the level of
Yes.
education everywhere and for the
Yeah.
development. So, So I think
Yeah.
that's the way where people can search for.
Sano Centre, remember.
No, that's lovely. Thank you so much, ladies. I mean, you heard it from them. Educate yourself, be open-minded, take initiative, and have that childlike wonder. And you could be in, whatever field you like. So thank you so much again
Thank you.
for
Thank you.
being here. You were absolutely lovely guest. This is the end of our podcast. I'm Thato Muzola with the iNtaka Centre for Law and Technology. It was lovely, Wioletta and Anna. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for tuning in. And that's all from us today.
Thank you. Bye.